Okay, welcome, guys. I'm so excited. We've been on hiatus. We've been away, unannounced. Apologies, but maybe not because adulting happens. Even my English stayed on the hiatus. Anywho, adulting happens. Hi guys, welcome back to the Tribe UG podcast. This is season 4, episode 1. I am very excited about this episode. For those who can see us, I think you can see that some drastic changes have happened. So like a parasite, when I joined last season, I decided I'm going to take over. So I told the guys we're recording and I sent them to a different location, but we're here and I've brought my girlfriends along with me. So this makes it a very, very special episode for me. So yeah. So those who can see us on video, I think you can see I have some very, very, very beautiful ladies next to me and I can't wait to get into this conversation. Ladies.
Yes.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
So I've got Siima here and I've got Afsa here. I'm going to give you some ballistic bios about these people. Like, very often you see people and you think they're small. Like, they're not, okay? Some people are a big deal, like me. But some people are a big deal. So I'm sitting here with Siima. Siima is a voice that a lot of you know because you've heard her on radio. You've heard her for a very long time. Siima has been in the Ugandan media scene for 15 years.
Wow, that long already.
That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time.
That is a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time.
The people who were born when I started and are now almost adults.
Don't think such deep thoughts. Let's keep it positive. Yeah, so Siima is someone who has been in the media scene for over 15 years. She used to host the breakfast show on XFM. For a long time, I know you were a station manager as well.
Yes, indeed.
So the theme of this, guys, is I'm looking at the baddest bad girls in the media industry who are not always at the front of the scene, but are making such heavy moves. Heavy moves that you need to know about. Siima, welcome.
Thank you. I'm really honored to be here. Very excited to be here.
That's great.
Yes.
That's great. I'm equally as excited to have you here. And then I've also got Afsa here. Afsa is a bit shy. Some of you might not even know, have never seen her. But those of you who keep zungaring to blankets and wines and have been doing so for years, that's her. Okay, that is what she did for a very long time, and it's a huge deal. But Afsa is a creative producer. She is an artist manager. She's a fixer. She's a bad girlist. All those wonderful things. Afsa, welcome to the Tribe podcast.
Thank you, Damzy.
What are you guys looking forward? What are you afraid of today?
Several things. I mean, I think you said it, and also, having sort of seen Afsa and worked with Afsa, we prefer to kind of be behind the scenes.
Yeah, no.
So now we're like here, cameras, what? But
Yeah.
we know you're going to be gentle.
Definitely,
Yes,
always.
please.
And we need people to know the work that you're doing. We need people to recognize the work that you're doing. The Tribe UG is here to celebrate and shine a light on people who are doing the things that they're doing. So that's why we're here. So to break the ice, before we jump into the questions, the year has started. Oh, by the way, guys, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, Happy Baptism, everything that we missed. All of them.
Happy.
Yeah, so the year is starting and we normally start out our episodes with your song of the week. But since it's the beginning of the year, I would say, what's your song of the year? So it could be anything, like a song that kind of translates what you're feeling for the year or the week.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a tough one. I would say because I've been trying to listen to a lot more Ugandan music.
Okay.
And sort of starting off this year, trying to hit the ground running and just keep working and sort of doing all the different things that I do. I would probably say I Hustle by The Myth featuring JC Muyonjo.
Okay.
It's a boppity bop. It's a tune.
It is a boppity bop.
Yeah, and it's about just, staying on your grind. So yeah, I think that's one.
But that's the energy to bring into a new year.
Yeah.
That's the energy to bring into a new year. A hustle. Afsa.
Yes, I think I'm going to. So I think I'll do the week because the year has been very confusing. Like
so far, yeah.
So
So
far it's
short
like-
but so confusing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it started off like very high, and then it's like, so let me stick to the week. So this week has had hands, man.
But did you throw hands back?
I tried. I was throwing hands back, but I had hands. This week had hands. So my song of the week would be Circles by Ibra Solo.
Okay. Why
So
circles?
Because it's like if you listen to the song, it's just talking about how man, like there's times where you're just like you just want to like you're just fighting for your life the whole week. But then it's also like I have hands as well.
Yeah.
So it's like just keep fighting. Like I know it's not easy, but just keep going.
Yeah.
So Circles is really that. It's just like that's the song for the week this
We're
week.
going to add the links to these songs because
Yeah.
people must learn Ugandan music by force. It's not an option. My song, I would say, for the year is Maya by Azawi.
Ooh.
And that's kind of very cliche, but like this year has been equally trash, but also like some of my biggest wins that I had planned for the year have already happened.
Nice.
Nice. 2 months
Ooh.
in.
2 months in, guys, and I'm just like, listen, I've made
girl.
it. Christmas can come now.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah. So
Yeah.
for me, Azawi Maya, because I'm feeling extremely optimistic about
Nice.
the year, and I'm hoping that that's how it happens. Yeah. Okay.
Love that.
Yes, it's such a good song, and Azawi is doing the damn thing right now. My God.
She absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely doing the damn thing. So let's jump right into the questions. I have some very, very few interesting, small, easy questions for you guys. You guys are both what I would say women in entertainment. So in entertainment, in media, in the creative urban, what was your inspiration to do that? Like when we go to school, they tell you, you study, you get a degree. After that, you get a job. After a job, you get a husband, you have children. So for a lot of us as women, there's kind of a path that is considered the path. And not very many people get into the entertainment, the media space. So what was your inspiration to branch out that way?
Well, for me, it was purely my love of music.
Okay.
For as far back as I can remember, I've just loved music and I like talking. So I always just wanted to get into radio.
best of both worlds.
There's no like major inspirational story. I can't lie. That was basically it. Once I had the opportunity to do a job where I get to play music and I get to talk to people, I was like,
Best of both
perfect.
worlds.
Yeah. And thankfully I got to work with some really great people that I got to have fun with and learn from. So it was a no-brainer for me. It was difficult to get in there, but once I was in there, I was like, yeah, this is my space.
Were you ever in kind of what they would call the corporate space? Like, did you
Yes.
attempt that first? Because that's normally
Oh no, definitely,
where we start.
Definitely, of course, because I mean, there was a time, I'd tell you tell your parents you're doing radio, they're like, well, what is that? So, no, I did. I tried all of that. I was, working for a marketing agency, and which was all well and good, but once I was able to get my foot in the radio door, that's where I just wanted to stay there.
Okay.
So yeah, I did all the corporate stuff. Didn't really enjoy it as much because it's a lot more rigid.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, and also it's good to do a job where, it doesn't matter if you look like you've been dragged through a bush backwards first thing in the morning, so long as your voice is okay and your content is good, it's all well and good.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
I normally look like I've been dragged to the woods in the morning. But yeah. Afsa, what was your
Hi.
inspiration to...
Me, I stumbled in things.
Really?
I really just fell in things. Okay, to be fair, I did mass communication and journalism at uni.
Okay.
But that was because I'm very lazy and I hated math. So
Valid reason.
So yeah,
Very valid
when I was
reason.
applying for uni, I was like, I'm going to do the thing that doesn't have math. What's the one thing that I know for sure will not have mathematics in it?
Okay.
And it was journalism. So I applied for that, and then I applied for journalism, but I applied for evening classes because I was like, I'm not waking up again at 7 a.m.
Oh, wow.
So like, I'm doing evening classes.
You committed to your lazy.
Yo,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, I'm lazy, but I work around that. Like, I figure out how to make it work,
Okay.
right? So I applied for evening classes. But then what happened was, because my classes would start at 4 p.m., so I'd be in my hostel room for, like, the whole day.
Yeah.
So by the time 4 p.m. comes around, I'm so lazy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
too lazy to go to class.
You got what you wanted and more.
And more.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is not going to work because I need to graduate at some point. So that's when I started looking for a job.
Okay.
So I was like, I need to at least to get a job so that I can be able to like get up in the morning and then leave the job and go to class. So I asked like anyone that I would find, I'd be like, hey, do you have a job for me? Can I come and work for you? Then a friend of mine recommended me to his cousin. And that job was at House of DJs.
Yeah.
And they had just started doing blankets and wine. So, yeah, that's literally how I fell in things.
So it was one of those things of anything you have, just
I was
tell
like,
me.
do you need me to get coffee
I
for
will
you?
come
I
and
will
do.
come and do it. I just need to get up in the morning so that I can be able to go to class in the evening. So yeah, and then I got that job, and thank God it didn't need me to wake up at 7 a.m. It was you get to work when you get to work, as long as you get your work done. And I was like, thank you, Lord.
So would you say
so that's how I started working with
your passion
events.
for events and the media space and the entertainment space grew from that role, or is it something that you always thought, oh, I want to be in that?
Yeah. No, I think, to be honest, there's a point in my life where I was like, oh, I want to do film and stuff like that, but I had never been very like, this is exactly what I want to do. It's just like one of those things where someone asks you, what do you want to do? At some point I wanted to be a lawyer, all these things you get, but like it was always all over the place. It was never that this is exactly what I want to do. But I know for sure that my passion for like the industry and like creatives and artists and film grew as I continued to work with them, because working with Blankets and Wine and House of DJs, I got to work with DJs, I got to work with artists, young, older. So that's where my passion grew from, because
I'm going to come back and ask you about your experience working with these wonderful individuals in the industry, because everybody has a story to tell.
Everybody does.
Everybody has a story to tell. We hosted an episode where Maritza mentioned that her journey in radio had a lot to do with you.
Really?
Yeah, she did. And she said, oh my God, Siima was so nice. And she like held my hand, and like I made so many mistakes. And she said, there. Then she whooped my ass and made sure I did the right thing, you know? So yeah, you're in a space that is, I mean, you're both in spaces that are predominantly male dominated, and there's some sort of template always, and I hate to have to say this, but for a lot of women in those spaces, many times you kind of have to pull your feminine card to get ahead in it, you know? So how has that experience been for you to say, okay, this is who I am, I'll put on my t-shirts and jeans, like I'm just going to come and give you my brain. That's what you're getting, you know? How has that been?
Well, that was one of the reasons why I fought so hard to get into radio when I came back to Uganda, because I didn't grow up in Uganda. I used to come back here frequently. And one of the things that frustrated me is most of the women, I say most of them, they were the giggly side character on the show, you know? And of course, you know, when I think of, you know, women on radio who were essentially, of course, seen as ball breakers, you know, Christina Wadri, Melanie, you know, I was like, no, I want to be that person.
Those ones, not the other ones.
I'm not giggly. Yeah, I can giggle, but if a guy says something on air, I'm gonna argue.
Yeah.
And so I really fought for that space, and that's why I was thrilled when I got to meet, you know, people like Maritza and so on, who's also very sort of, you know, strong voice. I was like, you know, you say your things on air. You know? And of course I was lucky that I got to work with a very strong male voice. Obviously Rudende is loud and argumentative, sometimes just for the sake of it.
He showed us all those traits.
You know this, right? So I was luckily sort of able to sort of hone my talent, because I knew that I had to speak up. So yeah, definitely in the media space, you know, women, you're supposed to be demure and, you know, don't over express yourself. So it's something that I'm still fighting. I know that there are many more women out there doing that. So that was also very much a driving force.
I mean, sometimes you listen to radio and the only option you have is to switch it off, because what the hell are these people saying? And then like the ladies are just like sounding like empty tins. Like,
would you wash your man's boxers?
Oh my God!
I'm like, guys.
Did they cut off his hands? Is there no power?
Was he wearing dirty boxers before he went his life? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's frustrating, but it's better than it was.
It is. I think I've seen a lot of improvement. Afsa, for you, I mean, the event space.
I don't even know how Afsa does it.
I don't know, by the way, because you're dealing with so many men. I feel like in your space, there's just a few. Really a few ladies.
It's it's an experience. Let me call me. What was the question? Because I'm still dying. I'm still dying at the box.
Listen,
no, your space is such a male-dominated space, and how have you managed to really break out and let people know this is Afsa without them thinking, oh, that's that chick. You know, like I am Afsa. I'm not that chick. I am, you know.
Oh God. Let me first tell you a story. When I just started working in House of DJs, so I just started working, and then there was this there was sponsors, right?
Yeah.
So I was emailing back and forth with this guy who was supposed to be one of the sponsors for the event. And then, so like you know how you email back, you probably email back for like back and forth for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And I finally go to meet this guy, and then I'm walking, and then he's like, "Oh, you're Afsa." So I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Hey, expected an older, light-skinned China."
What?
Wow.
So yeah, that. So now just imagine that. But then, like
there's so many problems with that statement. Older, light skin, like there's anyway.
Like, and then like he started like describing like this China that he was expecting, and I was like, anyway. So just imagine that, but like again and again and again and again, and then even probably worse. But anyways, so my experience in the industry has been, so my thing with dealing with men is, I don't compete with men because I know I'm better than them.
Ooh, come
but
on.
But also the thing is, like, I don't want to be like them, because I truly believe that like my power is in me being a woman. You get my power and my my strength is in me being a woman. So I work completely. So when I'm working, I work completely different from the way that they do. I work the way that I think is right.
Yeah.
So I think that's, for me, that's how I keep sane, because I'm like, I'm not trying to compete with anyone and like all of that stuff. And then I also I let my work speak for myself, because they're going to push back. Like I've had situations where someone will call and I'll make a decision, and then it'll be like, then they'll call the whichever male I'm working with,
or whatever. It'll be like, let's confirm.
You get, let's confirm.
Yes.
Like you get, and then so all that stuff happens. But then I think I've also been blessed.
Okay.
That the people that I work with closely, so like when I was with House of DJs, I used to work with like Bieru and Tendo.
Yeah.
And like Bieru had this thing where, like, so many times it happened where it was like, oh, let me call Bieru. And then he would always tell them, go
that's
back
who
to
you
her.
need to
Like,
be
that's the
talking
person
to.
you need to be talking
So,
to.
yeah,
but then
settle.
even with him, like that relationship had to grow, because it was every time he would like undercut me or like overrule me, I'd be like, then people won't listen to me.
Okay.
You get,
okay.
so I always have that conversation. I'm like, either you let me do what I need to do, or you do it yourself. So, but also I've been blessed to like be working with people that even now with like Malembe, like my partners as well, they also understand that. And it's a thing of, you're not going to go and call them and be like, yo, Afsa said this, but can you do this? They'll be like, go back to her.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I've been blessed with, and I don't take that for granted. But I always tell women, I'm like, don't try to like be like put on a skirt and go and work. Like if you want to wear the skirt, put on the skirt. Like you get.
Yeah.
If they're telling you like you can't do this, why can't you do it? If it's heavy, also don't try and carry it because you want to. Like you get. If it's heavy, ask someone to do it. Like you get like don't try and
like,
be
the man,
because
you're not.
You're not. So just like work to your strengths, and I think that is what has helped me. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, it's an everyday struggle. Every day there's a new thing that's being said. Every day there's a new insult. Every day there's a new so it's just, you just take it one day at a time, and hopefully pray that you reach a point where where they need you. Again. So it's either you have me the way that I am, or you don't.
Okay.
But yeah.
I mean, shout out to guys who are really supporting women in the, in the different spaces, especially the creative media, entertainment spaces that they're in. And those of you who are pressed that we're talking about women, you will be fine, okay? Because it's actually important that we talk about these things. I know people are like, oh my God, women's rights. So that, yes, they matter, okay? And also like we need to talk about the experience.
And they're a real thing as
they
well.
are the experiences in these spaces, because they're women doing, amazing things, and they have experiences that they need to share. There's a lot of younger women who would like to get into these spaces, so we need to tell them what to expect and help them to navigate some of these things and just get through them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is very important.
So Siima, you are a classically trained flutist. Yes. Did you guys know? So like Siima can read and I think write music as well. Can you write music?
Well, I not compose.
Okay.
Yeah. If I had to maybe write out a song, then yes, I could. But yeah, I can.
But you can like read classical music. Not many of us can, Some of us just wake up and sing. But like Fashi knows the science of the music.
No, I believe not all of us were blessed with voices. Because me, if I could sing like you think I would talk? I would not speak. So yes.
Yeah. So you are a classically trained artist. A lot of the much older artists. So I know for a fact that, by the way, fun fact, guys, Chameleon can play very many instruments. Like he can actually play a guitar, play a piano, play the drums. Wow. Like he's actually such a talented artist. And for many of those guys, some of them went to music school, some of them did music, so they have some sort of classical training, right? But when we look at a lot of the younger artists, we just wake up and sing, right? So what do you think is kind of that difference? Would you encourage younger artists or people in music to seek some sort of actual training in it? Does it make a difference?
I think it definitely makes a difference. I mean, music, I feel, is the kind of thing where you can never stop learning.
Yeah.
There's never a point where you're like, I know everything. But then again, I mean, there's some very brilliant musicians, even instrumentalists I know, who have never seen the inside of a classroom, but they just pick it up.
Yeah.
I know some people who have had classes and they are not that they're not that good. So I think you just have to. It depends on what works for you. But absolutely, I would say to any artist, and I think it doesn't just apply to music. Whether you're a writer, whether you're an actor, whether you're a producer, there's always room to learn. So if you do have an opportunity to, whether it's learning music theory or spending time shadowing another musician, then absolutely, I would definitely encourage it, and I definitely encourage parents, because I know a lot of parents, at least the ones I've spoken to in Uganda, their fear is that if their child learns music, it's going to affect their academics.
Yeah.
Personally, it helped me.
Okay.
When because it was a break from academics, and there's definitely the discipline in learning an instrument can apply to your books as well.
Right.
So absolutely, I would encourage everybody, and you're never too old to start. You can always pick up an instrument, I think, if you choose to.
Okay. Yeah, I was just intrigued by that because I realized so many of the older artists have some sort of like additional training in music, and I thought, what's the difference between them and people now?
I would say it's the discipline. We live in an era now where we want everything very, very quickly.
Yeah.
So somebody thinks that, I want to be a singer, so I can just wake up. People believe the Beyonce song, I woke up like this. No, she didn't. She works hard. So
she lied, but like...
she lied.
I love you, sis, but woo!
Yes. So I think that people need to understand that you don't get good overnight.
Yeah.
It takes time. And I'm sure even you have to do your vocal drills and all of that stuff. So unless you literally woke up.
No. I mean, if singing in the shower counts, then we're doing the damn thing.
Yes.
Okay, I want to talk a bit about performing because you're a radio host, but you're also a performer, right? And you have dealt with so many performers. There's a difference between coming on stage and singing and actually performing.
Yes.
I think there's so what do you think about in general, like the art of performing, especially with like homegrown artists? Are people, how do you feel about it? Are we doing well? Can we do better? I know it sounds like a bit of a broad question, but
okay, the first thing I would start with, and maybe I'm speaking selfishly as an audience member.
As an audience member, huh?
If gates open at 7, the headline act should not be on stage at midnight. They should be on stage by 9 at the latest. But then also, I feel that we also need to demand more from our artists. I think it's 2024 now. Enough of DJ track 4. Please, can we have some live?
Yeah, put in the work for our money.
Yes, exactly.
Work for our money.
If I had paid to see you mime, I would have stayed at home and tuned into my stream.
Yeah.
Quite frankly,
yeah.
So I feel that definitely as audiences, we need to demand a bit more from our artists.
Okay.
Yeah.
Afsa, performances. you deal with the back end of things.
I mean, I think my first she thinking threw some shade at me there at the
No,
I'm joking. But yeah, no, the headline act thing is Ugandans. When you say gets open at 7, they come at 9.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
So let me ask you before you even go forward. If you say gets open at 7 and people start come at 9, is it the kind of thing where you say, listen, us at 7 we are starting, so you've paid your money. If you don't come, that's your loss. Like, I don't know.
I would
what's
love
the
to
balance
do that.
there?
I would love to do that. But so if I say gets open at 7, the headline act is not going to be the first one on stage.
Yeah.
There's going to be your upcoming artist.
Yeah.
Now my heart bleeds for that artist.
Yeah.
Who is so excited to perform on your stage, and then they're performing to 2 people. So for me, that's where like I would like I've done that before, where it's like 7 we start, but then like it breaks my heart to like just see that person just like lose all morale. Because they're performing to no one. So I'm always like trying to just
buy a bit more
time so that they can have just a crowd of people there. Because my goal for booking them is so that to expose them to like a new audience and things like that. So that's always the thing. But which we'll figure out a solution at some point. Maybe we'll start telling people gets open at 5. But then the problem is, if I say gets open at 5, there's a Siima who's going to come at 5.
Yes.
And then
so now Siima has to wait till 7. So there's that there's that balance that we need to do. But like I guess we'll just have to figure it out somehow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
performers.
Yeah, so
performances.
No, as someone who books performers, they need to put in the work. Because the thing is, like, our artists feel like, because they know, like, if they have a good song, they'll go on stage and just sing the song and not
perform.
Performance is more about like stage presence. How you engage with the crowd. Because I always tell, like, even if I'm working backstage during a concert, I'll always tell the artist, I'm like, if you have fun, your audience will have fun with you.
That's
true. Because they pick up off of your energy. But the thing is, most of these artists they're going to go to the studio and then they're going to sing and the song will be big. And then they'll be like, oh, I want to be on Blankets and Wine. But then you've never performed anywhere else. You get... So which means you don't know what a stage can do to you. You don't know how to engage with an audience. So I'm always telling artists, I'm like, look, there's like every single day of the week, there's a band night.
Yes.
You go to those band nights, just ask the band, like, hey, can I sing a couple of songs with you? Like, that's just where like you get to like learn how to engage with the crowd, how to command the stage, even if it's a small stage. But of course they'll be like, oh, I don't want to perform for free. But okay, me, I'm not going to book you if you don't know how to perform.
If I can't see what you're bringing to the table.
You get. So just like, it's about growth, because the more you practice, the more you do something, the more you get to understand what it is. And also there's a couple of people out there that actually help other artists perform. Like, you'll go to get someone and call them and be like, hey, I'm trying to like learn like stage presence and like how to perform, and like go to a studio and just do that, like a dance studio, whatever, and practice. Because at the end of the day, it's you earn money from performing. In Uganda, from music.
Probably even more than anything else.
That's where your bread comes from. It's performing.
Probably more than anything else.
So you have, like, that's the craft that you have to do, that you have to like perfect and do better. But so for sure, like, I really, really do believe our artists, especially the young urban artists, need to put in more work with performances. Like, go to a band night, just go there and like tell the band and like, hey, can I do 2 or 3 songs with you? Just that helps you even just learn how to perform with the band as well, because you probably can't afford weekly rehearsals with bands. You get, like, just go all over town. And also it helps you get your music out there as well.
True. You might get seen by the right person.
Yeah, exactly.
Siima might be in the audience and be like,
Siima might be in the audience, but also that person, those people in the audience, maybe they didn't know your music.
But
now they're like, that song sounds good, let me go and listen to it. You get now you've gained a bunch of fans. You get, it's not that every time you have to get paid for something, like, especially because, like you said, like what you said, like, you're growing your craft. You have to keep practicing for you to be good at something.
And you can't put a value on that.
You can't. You definitely can't. What you're going to get in the end. So you definitely can't. And then also, I just wanted to say, like, on what Siima said about like miming, like every like band and stuff. I also. It's wild, because I mean, I own a band and I love like live music. I love it when artists perform with bands, because you get to like rearrange the music. You get like to perform it in a very different way. But I also think that not every platform needs a band. So sometimes do a track. It's fine. You get, because also like
but perform it.
No, perform it for sure.
Don't mime it.
100% perform it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even remember the last time you guys someone mimed.
Yeah.
I don't,
Really?
Okay, because
For
I
your
don't allow it on my stage.
Yeah.
So I'm like, like put a track.
Yeah.
You get like not every time, because also artists are also getting like very big and I'm like, oh, I don't perform if I don't perform with a band. Okay, but but if I have a concert that's starting at 8 p.m., you think those people want to hear a band?
Yeah,
they
they
don't.
don't
You
want
get,
to hear that
like
one.
do a track and
yeah.
come and kill it. You
So
get.
you can record like a live track.
Yes, a live track.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
record the tracks, and that's also the other thing. Like also invest in your performance. Like record the live track so that when Afsa calls you and is like, "Yo, can you perform here?" You have the live tracks ready for your music. You get. You don't need a lot more.
So you've had the experience of working with Ugandan artists and some international acts in terms of performing. Yeah, just the difference.
Truth is, the difference is there, whether we like it or not. The difference is there. It's there. It's big. I don't know if it's because they invest and like there's like I have like for example Bebe Cool. When live band had just like become very popular in Uganda, Bebe Cool had a band that he used to rehearse with every day of the week, every weekday, every single weekday. This is not even like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Every single weekday, Bebe Cool would perform with that band. Do you remember when he used to do like his concerts in Serena?
Yeah.
He would do that like 4 or 5 months before the performance, every single day. You get? So again, it's practice. Even there's international artists as well. I'm sure that's what they do. I mean, it helps because the bands that they're working with, they've been together, because like band and artist chemistry is also very important, things like that. But also if you can't afford to have a band now, that's fine. Just keep rehearsing, because stage presence again. I just had a show recently where there was like an international artist and then a Ugandan artist. Great musicians, both artists, but you could see the difference. And it wasn't even the difference in the music, because both bands were amazing. It was the difference in the artists and the performers. Like you can see, like you have artists who go on stage and then there's so swaggerific and then he's like he's just chilling. And I'm like, that's not what those girls came there
arrivism.
for. You get, they didn't come here to see you like all swagged up and whatever. They came to see you perform and like engage with them and like make them feel like, like
just
let that girl that's
do
singing
what
back to you
did, but
feel, you get, let her feel like she's your best friend. You get like, perform to her, like go around the stage, perform, and like also enjoy your music, because sometimes it's like, is your music boring to you? Like, do you not enjoy it?
Like, how are you supposed to feel
Like, if you're boring yourself, like,
how are we going to enjoy?
Like, so, no, the difference is there. It's night and day, but I think also it's because maybe the international artists appreciate the audiences more.
Okay.
Because it's like when they're here, he has flown all the way from the other side to come here.
Yeah.
You get, so he's happy to see like maybe like all these people in Uganda, like this
love my music,
they love my music,
me,
they're singing back to me and stuff like that. So maybe that's it. But their performances are usually like, they're very energetic. You can see that they're happy to be there. So for me, with artists, Ugandan artists, like do the same thing. Like just be happy to have an audience, like appreciate your audience, engage with them. And that's not to say that all Ugandan artists
definitely.
Like,
we're not generalizing.
we're not generalizing.
Don't get annoyed.
The great performers
Don't
actually are probably way more than the ones that don't try. But for me, my thing is for mostly the younger artists. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like as audiences, we have such a love-hate relationship with our artists. Like we love them, but
and Ugandans, like when Ugandan is your fan, like Ugandan, we're like diehard fans.
Yeah, and then when you annoy us, we real get annoyed. Like we will fight you.
But I think it's because there's also this narrative that keeps going around where artists will be like, oh, Ugandans don't support Ugandan music. Can I swear?
Yeah. Yes,
that's bullshit.
Do it.
Really
You're lying.
Yeah.
That is a lie. Like like every time an artist says that, I'm like, you're a liar and a thief. Because what?
And a thief. Okay.
Ugandans love Ugandan artists. They love Ugandan music and they will support you. But the thing is, you're not entitled to that support.
You have to actually work for it.
You have to actually work for it. You have to earn it. You have to engage with them. Like, why are you on Twitter tweeting in third person? Really? Like you get, like you're supposed to be engaging with you get
Siima
like someone
is lit.
You get like,
Siima woke up like this.
It has never been that serious. You get like
I know you're not going to tell us who it is, but I'm going to look and find out who it is because really,
like reply to that tweet like a normal human being. You get that's the thing. Like again, like also and anyway, you're not entitled to that support. Ugandans actually love and support their artists,
but give them good reason to support you.
But give them a good reason to support you. And
agree.
also, for you, do you support Ugandan artists? That's my question.
As an artist. That's
the other thing. Do you support?
Come on,
collaborations?
Instead of these nonsensical beefs that do absolutely nothing.
You as you.
for the
also because they
industry.
don't know how to beef. Like,
if
you're gonna beef, give us
let
quality
it be
beef.
entertaining. You get like don't like
Some
that.
of us are copywriters. Don't us and we help you. Like,
Don't give us
Let me
skewers.
write-
Don't
let
give
me
us
write the
roadside
beef
beef.
for you.
Give us actual steak.
Right,
Come
true.
on.
Yeah, no,
It's
but
true.
it's like there's so many smaller events that happen for Ugandan artists, where like things like expressions, things
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You get like all these events happen, but I'm telling you, I go to these events and there's no artists there.
Yeah.
Like, let me give you an example. If Expressions has had, let me say they've been doing this for like 2 years.
Yeah.
If every artist that they hosted on the show came back for the next event, for the next show that they had, they wouldn't need the rest of us.
Yeah.
Because that room would be full. You get it?
They don't come back.
They
to, like,
don't come
support
back.
the
Like
next-
after you're done singing, that's it, you're done.
Yeah.
But imagine if you came back to support. You get it? So
That's
my thing
huge.
is, you're saying Ugandans don't support Ugandan music, but do you support Ugandan music? So that's the
Come
thing.
on
Like
now.
it's
Good
not.
point.
It's you're not entitled to anything. Just earn it. Like engage with your fans, build a community, and all of those things.
I like that we've jumped into collaboration because that was actually going to be my next question. Like, there are different ways in the positions that you are that you do collaborate with, like artists, especially in the industry. From a radio presenter, there's a collaboration in the sense that you play my music, right? And we can all see it's very important. But what are some of the challenges you have? Because I feel like the collaboration issue, like there's a problem. It's not that people don't know how to, don't want to collaborate, but I think how we're going about it. I saw a tweet the other day of some artist whose name I can't pronounce, where he was saying, I'm done trying to work with Ugandan artists because every time I reach out to them, they don't respond to me. I'm like, I was actually annoyed because I'm like, so you want them to come and, but are you like, come on. So what are some of the things in terms of collaboration, what would you encourage, especially from a radio standpoint? How do they need to come and, seek out these collaborations and stuff like that? Because people need to learn how to do it correctly.
That's true. I think one of the challenges when it comes to collaborations is why are you doing it? Why do you want this collab?
Right.
Are we sort of working towards this a common goal, or are you just doing this for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, when you approach somebody for collaboration, obviously there's certain amount of aggressiveness that is needed, but you need to see how it can work. Like overall for the industry, I think there's too much of this. But now if I work with Afsa's going to steal my shine. Maybe let me not do it. There's a lot of that. So I think we need to sort of kind of get past that. Yes, obviously we want to collaborate to build sort of both sides.
Both sides, yeah. It's not a
parties,
one-side thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people come into it with a very sort of one-sided outlook, and that's how it tends to fail.
Okay.
Yeah. And then also just worrying too much about being outshined. Outshined.
I think
it's outshined.
It's outshined, outshone.
It came on a boat, guys. Don't overstray.
Huh. Let's go and
You
check
get
that
what I'm
out.
trying to
Yeah. No. We get it. But that's a very interesting word to look up. Afsa, collaboration. I'm sure people come up to you and be like, I'm the shit. I want to be on your show.
Yeah, of
you
course.
know? So
Or I have this idea for
Everyone.
an event.
Guys, ideas for events. Ideas for events. Wow. But collaboration. So I think, first of all, I will die on the hill that collaboration is going to be the thing that grows the industry.
Right.
Like, because we don't have money, we don't have resources. It's not there. The only thing that we have is ourselves. Like, we have our talent, we have each other.
Yeah.
So we need to collaborate to get to like grow. Because, and my thing is also, you don't need to collaborate up. You can collaborate across.
Yes.
Because like what you're saying is the thing of like, how are we collaborating and how is it benefiting? Because the truth is, collaboration means that both of you benefit. If only one person is benefiting in that collaboration, that's not really a collaboration, right?
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes maybe like the artist you've mentioned, like you've just started out your music and you're reaching out to Chameleon to collaborate with you. That's not a collaboration, right?
And you're reaching out to him on
You
Twitter.
get on Twitter. Like, the truth is, maybe he doesn't need you in any
You're
way.
sending an email,
Like he does, you get like
sexybeast@gmail.com.
sexy beast. Wow, that was very specific.
I know.
Moving on.
Is that like a burner?
Don't worry.
Yeah. So you see, so like that's the thing. Like, collaboration has to make sense for both people.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, if you're collaborating, there's like, think about, like, it's like when you're pitching to someone. If I'm pitching to a sponsor, I don't pitch to them like, yo, I have this event, it's going to be great, I need your money. What I pitch to them is, this is how this event is going to benefit you. Because you're going to, this is the audience that I have, it matches your audience, this is the sales this is how many people are going to come, this is how much sales you might be able to make at the event, things like that. So also, if you're collaborating with someone, it's, hey, I have this concept, this is how it's going to benefit you. So this is how it's going to benefit me, because again, it has to benefit both people.
Yeah, it has to be mutually
beneficial. But I
beneficial.
really do think that collaboration is very key, and it's not even just in music, it's just really across the creative industry. That's why I'm always telling artists, like, when I work with artists and like I'm doing music videos and stuff, I always reach out to maybe like smaller, like I'll reach out to a DP that maybe I've seen their stuff online. I'm like, hey, I really think your stuff is good. Like, have you ever thought of doing a music video? And then I'll reach out to like a designer. I'm like, hey, wardrobe designer. I'm like, hey, stylist. I'm like, I really think your stuff is cool. Can you collaborate? Because all these people need an audience. They need a reel. They need a portfolio. So my thing is, this is going to build to your portfolio. I'll pay you probably not top dollar, but it's going to still help to build your portfolio and add to your reel. And of course, there's social media and stuff like that. But I think collaboration is very key, because it also helps you diversify your audiences, things like that. I think someone that has done collaborations very well is APAS, so for now, because APAS is very keen on collaborating with like the younger artists and stuff, and that has helped him because he hasn't been making his own music other than his album. He hadn't released his own music in a while,
yeah.
but that kept him. But him collaborating with all these kids kept him relevant, because then you keep hearing his name, you keep seeing him at all these events where there's all these younger kids, because otherwise they really wouldn't have known him other than that. So that's how the collaboration works. So if you're pitching to APAS, be like, hey, this is my audience, I think it would be great for you to get on this song because you get. So I think just pitch, but also don't just think about yourself. If you're pitching to someone else, think about how will this benefit that person, because that's what collaboration is. Otherwise, you're just a parasite.
You're just a selfish individual. Yeah, I agree. And I think that's an important lesson to learn. Like, don't look at only the value that you're bringing, because you're the shit, but not really.
Yeah.
So don't look at just the value that you're bringing. Like, you need to actually give people
value
as well. It's really not just about you. Yeah. So the industry, I feel, music industry, there's a lot of evolution in terms of sound. Right?
One way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's such a huge evolution in terms of sound. The sound is changing. There's a lot more younger artists who are daring to do things a bit differently. I don't want to ask the question, what's the Ugandan sound? Because I don't think there is an answer to that.
No.
Do you have?
And I don't think it should be even.
Okay. You think we should just...
Yeah, because the thing is, you guys, Uganda has how many tribes?
True.
How many cultures?
Yeah.
Oh, we've done the...
It just jumped
The
out.
podcast. Okay, yeah, sorry. Go.
You get like how many cultures?
Yeah.
So when you say Ugandan sound,
Okay.
what exactly is that going to be?
You feel like that's like boxing
yeah,
in the
you're
industry.
boxing in the industry. You're boxing people's creativity. I think let people create, but create good things.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be like that's the thing. Like, does it have to be that when you hear the song, you're like, oh, that's a Ugandan?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It's
It doesn't.
just good music.
Like,
Okay, so
just
you don't
let it-
subscribe to the fact that like the way we have like Afro beats and we know that's like very Nigerian.
Can I tell you a secret? Mm-hmm. Here in Africa, when we say Afrobeats, we mean Nigeria.
Yes.
Out in the world, when they say Afrobeats, they mean the whole the whole continent.
Exactly, that's true.
So you who is here fighting, Ugandan sound. The people that you're trying to, that also pay.
The mainstream.
Yeah, the mainstream
that we're
guy.
trying to get into. They
They don't care that this song came from Uganda. Is it a good song? Because the truth is, if you continue to like you just produce a good song.
True.
Let it be a really good song.
I think a good example would be Party After Party.
Yes.
Big Trill. Ugh, I remember I was in Lagos at some point, and everyone's like,
and you're just irritated.
And I'm just, no, I'm not irritated, but I was just like, wait for owning our song, like, stop over enjoying it.
Wow.
Because someone was like,
wow,
you know why?
It
Because
cannot
someone
be a
was like, oh, that's
Ugandan.
such a nice Kenyan song. I was like, first of all, you guys cannot just be here trying to take our song. then you go to the club and everyone is, and I was happy, but I was also like a bit selfish about it because I was like, you guys need, like, first of all, look at me, clap for me. Like, I'm representing the country here or something. Okay. No, I get what you mean.
Yeah, so I honestly don't subscribe to the sound, to the Ugandan
I agree.
sound
That
thing.
makes
but
sense.
I mean, people have their arguments, but me, I'm like, nah.
Whatever. Give us good music.
Just give us good music.
Music. I think we're also in a good space now where, I remember, I don't know if it still happens, but there was a time when, unfortunately, some, radio stations were taking money from artists to play their songs.
Wow.
But now, with all these social media, anybody you can just upload your stuff, sing your song, whether you're singing into a brush in your toilet, whatever, So I think it's a really exciting time. And I mean, Ugandans, with such a young population, and there's so many young people doing really, really exciting stuff. So I think it's a good time for the industry.
Okay, so I'm in marketing, and the statistics show that radio is really, that's where the biggest reach is.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
And what you've mentioned is like people can now just upload their music, go to Spotify, go to whatever. But I still think it's important for Ugandan music to be played on the radio.
Absolutely, yes.
Do you think that the radio is supporting the young artists as much as they can and should to make sure their music is played? Part one. Part two, is the problem the artists? Because I imagine as an artist, you need to get your music to the station. The station isn't going to just come running after you to get your music. No. So part two, is the problem the artists? Are they not approaching it the right way to get their music on radio?
I think it's a double-edged sword. Because I know that in some countries, I don't know, I think they did it in Kenya and possibly even in Nigeria, where radio stations have to play a certain percentage of
I think
of the local
70% Ugandan content.
70%.
Oh,
Ugandan
wow.
content. So I think it's a bit of both. I definitely think radio stations could do more. I mean, you tune into radio stations. I mean, even the radio station where I work, I think that definitely there could be a lot more Ugandan music played, as it should be.
Yeah.
Yes. So, though I think now there's also the challenge, which we have for artists where they can't really make money from their music.
Right.
So it's tricky even if you've put in, let's say, production and you've got a really good song and you're getting airplay, you're not going to get any money back for it necessarily. So
I mean, maybe not directly, but doesn't that sort of catapult you?
Yes, I think it's a double-edged sword. Definitely, there's a lot more that could be done, and I wish there was a way that artists could actually earn more from their art, so that they could put it back into things like what Afsa was saying and investing and. Because even getting a recording studio, it's not cheap.
Yes, it really is not.
And then having the track mixed and all of that stuff. So, I think there's a lot that needs to change, sort of like across the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then the artists getting their music to the radio.
Artists getting their music, well...
It's okay. It's a safe space. Yes, we're all friends here.
Yeah, I know. I could only speak from my experience that I've seen. I mean, particularly when I was at XFM, people were bringing their music there all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were bringing their music there all the time. So, I would encourage artists to do that and to try as much as possible to get their music out there. Though I also recognize that it's not easy. So when you get to a radio station, the different levels you have to go through. Is it the music scheduler? Is it the PD you need to see? Is it the resident DJ? So it's it is a bit of a time.
So maybe the radio stations should provide that space.
Yeah.
And say, guys,
Yes.
if you have your new music, maybe send it here. Like, we'll be happy
Absolutely,
to play it.
Yeah,
We should probably have more segments playing Ugandan music.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned this before. We do an event every month where we only play Ugandan music. So Meets and
Yeah.
Beats 256. And I'll never forget when we had one of these and we said, oh, we're playing Ugandan music tonight. Woo, woo, woo. And some chick is like, so I don't like Ugandan music.
Wow.
And like, I don't know, I'm more of a pop girl. I was like, I'm a soda then. Leave.
Okay, with this,
We
yeah,
are
of Rihanna,
free
we are
to
still
go.
saying things like that.
Yeah, there's still stuff like that being said. Afsa, you are an artist manager.
I mean, I wouldn't say manager, but yeah.
Me, that's what I've
You might get
said.
people
I've said
coming to
what
look
I-
for me.
They should. Let them come and give you money. Guys,
have money.
Kalango. No, they should come and give you
They
money.
don't have money.
Can you come and make money with you?
Okay,
Let's
maybe
just
that.
put it that way.
Yeah.
So you've worked with a lot of artists.
Yeah.
If correct me if I'm wrong, you currently manage the Akadope band,
Yes.
which is the dopest band there is.
Those guys have come from far.
From very far, guys. Now
Yes.
every big show, every international artist, they're playing for them, and that's
We
just
try.
such an awesome.
I feel like Akadope, the Akadope band are like the roots of Uganda. They're
Oh,
like if you have an
stop.
event, like you
That's
know,
who you
the
want.
band.
Yeah, that's who you want to have at your
Yes,
event.
yes.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm excited to see them 10 years
Yeah.
from now and the Akadope tour. Ta-da! You know.
Yes.
From your mouth to God.
yeah.
That's
So
the
like,
plan.
as someone who is managing a band, artist, and basically talent, you know, what are some of the things that have been difficult in terms of getting them into the rooms and
yeah.
the spaces and
Yeah.
things like that?
Yeah. So, I think I need to go back to the thing. So, what I usually tell artists and honestly even creatives, it's called the entertainment business.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's a business. So, at the end of the day, you're not the only one trying to yeah, you're talented, you're great, you're whatever, but is your talent making someone money? So so distribution is a real thing in music, in film, content creation. Like, you need to distribute your work. And then the other thing that I tell artists and creators is your currency. Your currency is your community, it's your audience. So now going back to like radio, radio is also, it's a business. Their business is also their audience is what they care about the most, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, don't go through the radio station. Let your audience demand for your music.
Ah.
So because you'll take the music to the radio station, like Siima said, there's a lot. Like, you're not the only one who's taking that music. Like, to their credit, they'll try as much as they can. I think most radio stations have like a segment where it's like new music,
Yeah.
like pass or trash, things like that, where it's like, listen to this new song. They try, but there's so much that they can do, right? And also the thing is, they need people to listen to the radio station. They need people to stay tuned.
So yeah,
So,
even for them it's business.
Yeah,
True.
it's also, even for them it's a business. Like, as much as they want to help you, as much as they should help you, it's not a charity. So what I usually tell artists is, use your audience. Like, let your audience demand for this music. Like, let them go and like let them ask,
request
for the music.
Yeah,
You get, like,
yeah.
if I'm calling in the morning, I'm calling Siima's radio show in the morning. I'm calling the mid-morning show. I'm calling the afternoon show. Even if it's one person per show, they're gonna be like, you get, which song is this?
Yeah.
You get, and they'll play the song. So at the end of the day, it's like, again, it goes back to using your audience, like, again, engaging with your audience, building a community, because those are the people that you need. Those are the people that are going to ask for your music, because the radio station it's a business. If no one is asking for your song,
They don't owe you much.
they don't
though.
owe you much. You get you get, like, and also when you say that they do, like, because you need your songs to be playing on the radio, because if they're big on the radio, then me as I'm going to be like, hey man, there's that song they've been playing. Let me call this guy. You get, again, you might not make money directly from the radio, which you probably do, because I've forgotten the organization that pays out from like your music being played on radio.
Oh,
but you should
okay.
be able to. Yeah, exactly. You should be able to. It's just that we also don't have people don't know how to go and claim their money and stuff like that. But you should be able to do that. it's not you guys. It's not. I don't want to say the wrong one, but I'll check it out and I'll give it to Damzy and she'll say it later.
Okay, no. You'll give us that information. We'll put it in the credits
that's the thing.
somewhere.
You can't do it.
Sure
You can't like register your music and you can't make money from your music playing on radio. It might not be much, but you should be able to. But also, the radio station is not going to play your music if people are not demanding. It's a demand situation. It's a supply and demand. You have the product. Create the demand for it. Once the demand is there, then they'll play it. They have no choice but to do that. So so my thing is getting music in radio again. It's about who, because now I know I'm going to go to Sanyu FM. I know who I can talk to. I'm going to go to XFM. I know who I can talk to. So it's probably easier for me. But also that doesn't guarantee me that it's going to be airplay like as much. Also, they might play it once. You get, and that's it. It doesn't guarantee me airplay, like as much airplay as I needed to have, unless there's demand for it. So that's where like the marketing, like you market your music, like go out there, market your music, go to those bands, go to those events, play, sing your music, because those people that you're seeing there are the ones going to go and request for the song. Create a community, again, collaborate with your fellow artists. Maybe they're going to tell people, hey, request for this song. You get things like that. But it's distribution and marketing go hand in hand. You can't distribute if you don't market, because again, if there's no audience for your art, then no one's going to pay for it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this is a masterclass, so I'll send you guys. What's the Momo code? Because I mean,
pay your creative.
Cannot be getting free education just like that at our expense. Okay, cool. So we've talked about a lot of pretty important stuff, and I think a lot has been shared that people can learn from and take home. Now I'd like to go into the fun part of the episode. Atiha, please don't be scared. I'd like to go into the fun part of the episode. I'm going to read some lyrics.
Okay. Oh.
No. I'm going to read some lyrics and you guys are going to try and guess the song. I tried to make it as easy as possible. I told you I'm going to be gentle.
Please.
I want to be gentle. I'm going to treat you like the ladies that you are.
You're going to laugh at me on this.
For people who are always around and in music,
will be null and void. People will be like, she's a liar.
She's a fraud.
She's a fraud.
We're going to try. Like I said, I'm going to keep it easy.
Okay.
So I'm going to read out the lyrics. I might not read them as well as Felix does, like a headmaster, but I'll try.
Okay.
I'll try. Okay, so the first song, Bad Man, Them Can't Do Me Nothing.
I know this one.
You know this one?
I like this song.
Wow, Siima.
Yenze Wemuwenja Wenja. Bad Man, Them Can't Tell Me Something. Okay. Name of the song and artist.
Is it Bad Man from Kamacha?
No.
Is Young Mulo, a bad man gadgety.
Uh-huh.
And you're not allowed to laugh at my Ugandan.
Okay.
Tebaku Sobola. Tebatu
Sobola.
Close enough.
Very close enough. Well done, Siima. Young Mulo Tebatu Sobola. Well done.
I still do not know what a bad man gadgety is to this day.
By the way, whoever knows what a bad man gadgety is, please tell us in the comments. Send us a
like you'll regret asking.
Do
you really want to know?
Do you really want to know what a bad man gadget is?
Good point.
So you bad man gadgets out there, let us know what it is. Okay, next song. Let Me Take You Down to My Hometown, Girl.
Oh, I know this one.
Every day I dream about a brand new world. You know how I feel. I will love you every day.
Love you every day, baby cool. Oh, please don't miss that one.
Bawazu Wainer. King for the Jungle.
I got one.
Cool. Yes, that was a very good song. I have to listen.
No,
he
guys,
did the things.
yes,
he did the things. That was a tune.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
No, but he has a couple of tunes.
Yeah, he does.
He's a bad man. He's a bad man.
Bad man gadget.
I'm not going to add that part because I don't know.
You don't know what it is.
You should possibly stick to music.
Definitely.
No, not possibly.
Definitely.
Compulsorily.
But definitely should.
The less said about that, the better.
Okay, cool. Moving on very swiftly. Abatesi. Abatesi nebwebaluleta. tutigomya aluleta tusindika zino vibe ezeeka zikukakanye mukyenda ng'ataalidde ekyenkya tukikuba paka.
That sounds like a rabadaba rhyme. No?
No, not rabadaba.
It sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
Should I read
Plus
it again?
Please.
Or am I reading it too dramatically?
No, even if you read,
just read it again. Just okay. As if that's going to help. But anyway.
Abatesi ne bwe baluleta tutigomya luleta tusindika zino vibe ezeeka zikukakanye mu byenda nga taalidde kyenkya tukikuba
that's
paka.
actually really dope lyrics.
Any clue?
Okay, I'm not sure because I sing my own things.
Hey.
I mean, I feel like we all do.
But is it frontline?
It is frontline. It is frontline.
You know, I work with somebody who says that if the national anthem fails, that it should
that's
be
okay.
frontline.
So you have to know the standby national anthem.
It's always there.
And the Ugandan, that song is like hardcore. Like
It really
line
is.
I know is Fairway Tuli, and then frontline. That's it. That's what I
Yes, that is Frontline by Peter Miles, which is a tune.
Wait, he says if the national anthem fails, that should be the national anthem.
Like if
that
there
it
was
should
an
be?
assistant national anthem, this would be the
Wait to go and
assistant
listen to
national
it very
anthem.
carefully because wow.
Because you know a part where everyone is like tukubirako frontline. So like all of us,
Yes.
All of
imagine
us.
the Uganda cranes are playing and we're just in.
Right.
Hey, yeah. Anyway, moving on
That
very
should be the
swiftly.
AFCON song for
Moving
when
on.
we're supporting.
Next song. Dear baby, I'm writing to know if you're fine. Kubanga, the city fine.
Lillian.
Lillian. The song is.
Love letter.
No.
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 Vitamin.
No.
Wait.
Okay, continue the lyrics.
Okay. Echirala sweetie. Amaso go ganda
Sweetie.
gechisa. Kulinako crush. It is Lillian, so you got that right.
I know it's Lillian.
But who is it?
I know the lyrics, but the song.
Okay, if it's not love letter, then I'm not sure.
Dear baby, I'm writing to know if you're fine. Kubanga, the city fine.
Okay, if it's not love, then I'm stuck.
Any guesses?
The name of the song.
Yeah.
It's not Vitamin.
No.
Okay, is it a Luganda title?
No. It's an English title.
This is really bad because
I
she's
give
supposed
you a
to be
clue.
like my triplet.
Listen.
I mean, me, I can get along
Lillian,
with
you're
you.
failing your
I
song.
know.
Shame on you, Siima.
I'm really ashamed.
And you're going to feel so bad when I tell you the title.
Damzy, I'm stuck.
Danger. The collective gasp is a sign of shame.
Oh gosh, I'm in the horror.
Yeah.
I was doing that Ugandan thing. You know that Phil Collins song of calling it "Take a Look at Me Now." That's not even the title of the song. Lillian, I'm sorry, girl.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
That's Danger by Lillian.
Guys, I've been calling that song "Love Letter."
You have been
Are you
calling it
serious?
Love letter.
Can I go home now?
No. We need to unpack this.
Oh,
Take a look at me
my
now,
God.
can you
moment.
imagine? Shame.
Oh my God. Okay, so last one. Back again. Bringing the beat for the lovers. Aba machinga. Ndowozo feelinga.
Is that what she said?
That's
After this, you have to tell us what you say.
what she says.
That is Cindy.
Cindy.
Now I have song title anxiety. Wait. Feeling. Wanna know why?
Only by Cindy. One and only by Cindy.
First, tell us what you say.
Afsa, I sing gibberish and then feeling. That is it.
Feeling.
I've been singing other things.
Every really want to know the gibberish you're singing. She says, back again,
know.
bringing the beat for the lovers of a matchinga. There was some feeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you learn something new every day.
You do learn something new every day. Okay, cool. Well done, ladies. I told you I was going to keep
wasn't
it
as
simple.
embarrassing as it would have been.
I told you I was going to keep it simple.
Okay.
Okay.
The one who called it love letter.
But
So
you know,
it's okay.
I'm sure if we did a poll, most people
Yeah,
call it love
that's
letter.
true.
Because even me, I was like, what song is that? Like,
That's-
what's the other name of the song?
So you people who call the song Love Letter, congratulations. You have company in your shame.
We are many.
Okay, so we're moving on to the final and for me the most fun segment of the podcast. I'm going to ask you some rather pointless would you rather questions.
Okay.
This is how we get to know our friends and secretly judge them
Expe-
sometimes.
yeah, expose
So
ourselves.
yeah, I'm super excited and I found some juicy questions. So, okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So, question 1. Would you rather be able to eat anything you want and have it be perfect nutrition, or sleep 1 hour a day and be fully rested? You could eat anything you want and it's the perfect nutrition for you
Okay.
as a human, or you just need to sleep for an hour and you will be fully rested.
No. Perfect nutrition, because I'm not giving up that sleep. I need.
But remember,
to
if you sleep for an hour,
No,
it's full.
Not about rest. I don't think
for you,
sleep is
it's about-
necessarily about
Okay.
sleep,
Okay.
about rest. I just need to like get away
Yes.
from like I need like 8 hours to like just not be on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like just
I get
switch
it.
off, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like
And then you also have to take Nagana into consideration, because if I'm going to eat all that food, I'm going to need to sleep.
sleep, right?
So I'm going to go with perfect nutrition.
Yeah,
as well.
perfect
Don't take my
nutrition.
sleep,
Because like
I beg, don't take my
yeah,
sleep.
because like sleep is like the only time that you get to like switch off and not deal
Yes.
with.
But guys,
things.
you just need 1 hour to sleep,
No.
and then you are like at
But then now
perfect
you have to deal with the
capacity.
world again.
I mean, you can do more.
For 23
Why
hours.
do you want to do more?
I'm not just saying. 'Cause
Why would
maybe,
you want-
maybe if you do more, you get more
Hey,
money.
I already said I'm lazy, so
You would also pick
off.
eat
I've gotta
anything.
Eat
Yeah.
anything. Yes. Yeah.
Just
and
give
I'll
me
just
all the
sleep
time I can
afterwards.
to like, because I need a legitimate
rest.
reason
Yeah.
to not be dealing.
Yes.
So sleep is your
That's
legitimate.
like legitimate reason. Because if I tell someone I was sleeping, it was
Yeah.
at night I was sleeping. Yeah, of course, that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't need Beyonce hours. She can keep her hours.
You guys, like even with 8 hours, sometimes you wake up tired. So
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
very
true.
tempted to pick an hour that's going to give me perfect rest.
No.
But I don't. That's the thing. I don't think that's. Oh no. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what the thing. But no.
And then think about
I
all the
need
hours
to-
you're awake when everybody else is sleeping.
Yeah.
So I can rob you guys or something.
Exposed.
She looks so innocent all along.
And she says
I
it like-
thought that the guys were the shady ones on
Kumbe.
the pod. Kumbe. Damzy.
Okay, moving on very swiftly. Would you rather always be slightly hot or have the urge to pee?
I'm sorry, what?
Would you rather always be slightly hot
Uh-huh.
or always slightly have the urge to pee?
Slightly hot for sure. What? Imagine.
Okay, this is a tricky one.
Damzy,
This is a tricky one.
Uh-huh.
Because, okay, the problem with being hot all the time is wherever you are. I mean, you can't just strip randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then also, you might find yourself in a place where the toilet facilities are not conducive.
It's just the urge.
Just the, imagine always feeling like you need to pee.
That's like the most uncomfortable
Right.
thing. What?
You'd be walking around
Like,
just
just-
collecting.
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing your Kegels. That's beneficial in other areas of life.
I think I'll have to go with the
Yeah,
heat. I mean,
yo,
we're living in that anyway.
Like even now, just like saying that, I'm just feeling the urge, and I'm like, I
You
could
see-
not, like, what? Just being there, like
attention all
the
the
whole
time. You can't
time.
laugh,
you
you
can't
can't
laugh,
sneeze,
yo, like you're
you
just
know?
there, like you're like, should I go? Should I tie? Should I wait? No, no. I'll unbutton just a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
But Damzy, these questions.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
told
I'm
you.
like-
I told you.
She really did get the gist. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Okay, next question. Sleep, cheese, or chicken? Which one would you give up?
Okay, that's easy for me.
First of all, you're really unfair.
I
Yeah,
guess.
I think the same
You
as
feel
for
like
you.
that. Okay. What would you answer? You
Me
seem to have
chicken, because
you-
I don't really like meat like that. I know, surprise. How dare you?
I mean,
But
yes, kind of.
yeah.
How dare you? But
I know. I believe me. That's my life every day. Of how dare. Even my mother to this day, after all these years, she's like,
So
"How
how
dare
do you enjoy Christmas? You eat
Man,
salad.
Yo,
Oh my
I eat
God.
salad. I
Oh
eat
my
beans. Like
Oh
meat
my
is
God! That's why you've said beans. I feel
what?
sick.
Beans are like meat for
I
me.
don't like beans.
You don't
You've
like
never
beans?
had-
Because
Never
let me
say
tell
that in people.
Yeah,
no.
girl.
And I'm going to justify it.
Okay.
Guys, beans are traumatic. Every time I see beans, it takes me back to high school.
You know what? You haven't eaten my grandmother's beans.
There
That's
you
Okay,
why.
maybe that. Like
That
beans
is
in general as a
why-
concept is just
Yeah, like the right beans.
Yeah. You know what you need to do? You need to go to Kisoro.
Yeah.
Beans.
I was actually going to tell her you need to come to my
They're
hometown.
the best beans.
Really.
Yeah,
But
the way they cook beans is amazing.
Cheese.
So sleep cheese or chicken, Siima?
Do I have to give up one? Can I just maybe reduce?
No.
each
You
one
have
just
to
a little bit?
completely give up one.
Kwe. Hey. Oh.
Yeah,
have to give up
that
one.
was terrible for you.
It would
That,
have
that
to
one
be
is like
cheese, but this is not real. This is hypothetical. So in this hypothetical
Cheese might be
situation,
hearing
you
cheese
give
will
up
have to go
cheese.
because chicken is bae and I need to sleep.
Okay, cool. Yes, but chicken really is big. As the chicken ambassador, chicken
Right
is
now, there's
big.
somebody out there who he might look like he's okay, but all he wants is
It's
a
chicken wings. But I think that's a disability. That's a story for another day. Okay. Last question. Would you rather be rich and ugly or poor and gorgeous?
rich and ugly.
Yeah. Because I can just go and hide my ugly face in
Yeah.
my mansion.
But you can't be rich and be ugly.
That's the thing.
That's
exactly.
for me. That's my.
But also, I
You
truly
see
believe
those stories of
I feel
like
that's a
footballers
myth-
who came from
I feel
some
like that's a
village
myth
in
that men have
Gambia.
created to make themselves feel better.
Thank
Oh yeah.
you.
Yeah, I think they tell themselves that
Yeah.
because they just want to make themselves feel better. Because you guys, ugly is ugly. I'm sorry. Like we might overlook it. Some people might overlook it.
Yeah.
But
if
ugly
you're
is
ugly,
ugly.
you're ugly. But like men try to convince themselves, like, oh, like if you have money, da da da. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
That like it's like it's
doesn't change
it's one of those things that men just like put out there, and then we started saying, and it became like the truth, but it's not.
Okay. So guys, ugly is ugly.
Yeah,
It's not
it
my
is.
words, but if you're ugly,
But
that's
yeah,
it.
but I also would rather be rich and ugly for sure.
That's true. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no universe
Yeah.
in which I choose poverty.
Yeah, it's
So,
really
yeah.
non-existent.
And if the worst comes to the worst, you've got your money, you can go and fix your face.
True, technicalities, but I agree. You can always go and fix your face. And,
Loopholes.
Loopholes. But like rich is rich, that's what we're striving for.
Yes.
So
That's the
Wealthy.
goal. That's the goal
yes,
always.
actually, wealth is what we're striving for. So, guys, if you want to make not us rich, that's going to sound very selfish. But if you want to support the work that we are doing at the Tribe UG, please send some small money or big money, preferably, to Momo code 624404. We shall be very grateful. I will come and personally thank you. If you want a song, we shall sing. See, I'm generous like that. Only when it comes to singing. So, yeah.
Wow.
Thanks for the clarification.
Just so we're clear,
Yeah.
don't make any other requests.
I'm telling
Thanks.
you.
So, as we're closing the episode, Siima, any last words to our audience? Any shout outs?
Well, I mean, obviously, shout out to the Tribe UG. Thank you very much for having me here today. I've had an absolute blast. And I guess really what I would just say to Ugandan creatives is keep doing your thing. You guys are amazing. I know that doing it in this economy is not easy.
Yeah.
And, just keep going. There are people out there who are craving your art and your brilliance.
Yeah. Well said.
Nice.
Afsa.
So also me, shout out to the Tribe UG.
Woo,
Finally,
woo, woo.
I'm here.
Actually, finally.
I'm kidding. It's just, but yeah. So shout out to you guys. I mean, what you guys are doing, the platform that you're giving
Thank you,
to
thank you.
creatives is amazing. It's great, and it's just amazing. So well done, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, but my thing to creatives is collaborate. It's very, very important. Like collaborate with each other, work with each other, because again, like Siima said, it's not easy to create in this economy, But the thing is, the money is not there. You don't have the money. The money is not there. But what you have is each other.
Yeah.
So if you have a talent that you think someone else needs, or someone has a talent that you need, collaborate, work together. And then also grow your community, grow your audience, love your audience, engage with your audience, because those are the people that are going to spend money on you. So respect them, grow with them, and make them feel appreciated.
Yeah. Cool. And on
keep
that note, I'm
creating
not
as
going
well.
to add any more nonsense. Thank you guys. And you'll hear from us on the next episode. See you.